It was almost midnight when I ordered the Uber. The air outside was heavy, the streets nearly empty, and that uneasy silence made me feel like I shouldn't even be out, but I had no choice. My phone lit up with a notification. Your driver is arriving in 2 minutes. His name was Jason, driving a black SUV. At first, nothing seemed off. He pulled up, rolled down the window, and asked, "You Zoe?" I nodded, climbed into the back seat, and shut the door. The car smelled faintly like old leather mixed with something metallic. Not blood, I told myself. Just metal. He adjusted the rearview mirror, staring at me longer than he should have before shifting the car into drive. The ride began like any other. Quiet engine, streetlights flickering past, and the glowing GPS on his phone guiding the way. At first, Jason was silent. Then out of nowhere he said, "You shouldn't be out this late. Bad things happen at night." His voice wasn't casual. It was heavy, almost like a warning. I gave a nervous laugh and said, "Yeah, I know. Just trying to get home." He didn't smile. He didn't even blink. The further we drove, the stranger things got. The GPS said to take a left, but he went straight. I leaned forward and said, "I think you missed the turn." He didn't answer. His hands gripped the wheel tighter. My heart started racing. I pulled up the map on my phone, but the little blue dot was moving away from the route. "Excuse me," I said louder. "You're going the wrong way." That's when he finally spoke again. His voice low. "There's a faster way. Don't worry. I know these streets better than the app does." Something about the way he said it felt wrong. Like he wasn't just trying to get me home quicker. Like he didn't want me to get home at all. I tried to stay calm. I texted my friend. In Uber, driver acting weird. Before I could hit send, Jason said without looking back, "You don't need to text anyone. You'll be fine." My stomach dropped. How did he know? My phone was in my hand, but the brightness was turned low. I hadn't said a word. The SUV rolled into darker streets. No houses, no stores, just stretches of road swallowed by shadows. The city lights were gone, and it felt like we were driving into the middle of nowhere. My hands were shaking, and I quietly reached for the door handle, testing if it was locked. It was. Jason must have heard the faint click, because he chuckled and said, "Doors stay locked. Safer that way." That laugh wasn't normal. It wasn't the kind of laugh someone makes when joking. It was dry, empty, like he was enjoying my feet. I pressed my back against the seat, every instinct telling me something was terribly wrong. The GPS on his phone was turned off now. He had swiped it away, leaving just the dark map with no route. I whispered, "Where are we going?" He didn't answer right away. He let the silence drag out until it felt unbearable, then finally said, "Somewhere quiet." I froze. My throat felt tight, my pulse pounding in my ears. "Listen," I said, trying to sound calm. "I have family waiting for me. They're tracking my ride right now. If I don't show up, they'll know." It was a lie. I hadn't shared my ride with anyone. Jason glanced at me in the mirror, his eyes reflecting the glow from the dashboard. His lips curled into the faintest smile. "You think they'll find you?" The road narrowed, surrounded by trees now. The kind of place where screams could vanish into the night without anyone hearing. My phone still had signal. I slid it into my hoodie pocket, recording everything. I tapped the screen twice, pretending to adjust my sleeve, hoping it caught his voice, his face, anything. Then, without warning, Jason pulled the car over. The sudden stop jolted me forward. He killed the headlight. The world outside became pitch black. No street lights, no sound but the ticking of the engine cooling. My chest tightened as he turned slowly in his seat to face me. "Do you believe in fate?" he asked. His tone was strange, almost calm, but the look in his eyes wasn't. It was the kind of look predators have when they know you're trapped. I tried to reach for the door again, but the child lock was on. His hand twitched like he was about to grab something from the front. I thought this was it. I thought I wasn't making it out. Just then, headlights appeared behind us. Another car was coming down the road. Jason cursed under his breath, slammed the car back into drive, and sped off like nothing had happened. My hope flickered. Maybe I had a chance. I tried again. Please, just let me out here. I'll pay you extra. I'll cancel the trip. Whatever you want. He ignored me, driving even faster. The other car faded behind us until its light disappeared completely. Minutes felt like hours. I could barely breathe. He pulled onto another road I didn't recognize, and I noticed his hands were shaking now, like he was battling with himself, fighting some decision inside his head. Finally, he muttered, "You weren't supposed to be my passenger tonight." My blood ran cold. The words echoed in my head. You weren't supposed to be my passenger tonight. What did that mean? I couldn't stop shaking, my hands gripping the seat, so tight my nails dug into the fabric. I had to do something. Sitting and waiting wasn't an option. I remembered the emergency call feature on the Uber app. Quietly, I unlocked my phone, opened the app under the seat, trying to be discreet. My thumb hovered over call 911. Jason's eyes flicked to the mirror again. "What are you doing back there?" His tone was sharper now, suspicious. "Nothing," I stammered, forcing my voice steady. "Just checking the time." He didn't respond, but the silence was worse. My thumb pressed the button. My phone vibrated faintly as the call connected, and I whispered as quietly as I could, "Help, Uber driver. Wrong way. Black SUV." Before I could say more, Jason's hand shot back, grabbing at my phone. I yanked away, pressing the device against my chest. He swerved the car hard to the right, nearly sending us into a ditch. "Give me the phone," he shouted. I screamed, loud and desperate, hoping someone, anyone might hear. The line was still open. Even if I couldn't speak, maybe dispatch could track me. Jason slammed on the brakes, the SUV skidding to a stop on gravel. He turned around fully, his face twisted, sweat glistening under the dashboard lights. "You don't get it, do you? Some people don't make it home. That's just the way it is." His voice cracked between rage and something broken, like he was repeating words he'd said before to someone else. The operator's faint voice came through my phone. "Hello? Are you safe?" Jason's eyes widened when he heard it. He lunged at me. In that split second, adrenaline took over. I kicked as hard as I could, my foot slamming into his shoulder. He lost balance, just enough for me to shove the door with everything I had. Somehow it opened. Maybe he had unlocked it in the panic. I stumbled out into the dark road, the gravel tearing at my knees as I hit the ground. Jason scrambled out after me, but headlights appeared again, this time closer, brighter. A truck slowed down, the driver honking loudly when he saw the scene. Jason froze, his shadow stretching across the road. For a moment, it looked like he was about to run at me anyway. Then he bolted, sprinting into the trees, disappearing into the night. The truck driver jumped out, helping me up as I clutched my phone. The 911 operator was still on the line, guiding the location to nearby patrols. My whole body shook as the driver kept asking if I was hurt. All I could say over and over was he wasn't supposed to be my passenger. What did that mean? Who was he really waiting for? Even now, I don't take Ubers at night anymore. Every time I see a black SUV, my stomach knots up. And sometimes when the roads are quiet, I still hear his voice in my head. Some people don't make it home.